Nothing ever works out for me. Nothing ever works out for me. This has got to be a joke. This has got to be a joke. Do you guys know that I'm 30 years old? I've lived all over the United States. I have done so many different kinds of careers and different kinds of jobs. I have known so many people. And as God is my witness, things never work out for me. Ever. Ever. I have been to therapy. I have been to the hospital. I have tried medication. I have tried to better myself in every imaginable way. And it doesn't matter what I do because nothing ever works.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video from Men Only titled "When Modern Women Realize Even the Good Guys Are Finally Saying No." You know, I said this on a recent episode, guys, but men walking away from women, particularly the good men, is actually causing these women a lot of problems, and I would say it is totally deserved. Let's jump into the video.
Where are the good men? They're being silenced. They're being shut down. They're being told they don't matter. When they speak up for what's hurting them, when they speak up against the bias in the family courts, when they speak up against the bias in alimony being paid, when they speak up against the lack of mental health care for men in our country and the lack of normalizing mental health care.
If you really want to see a modern woman's true colors, just see how she reacts when someone tries to bring up mental health in men. She will immediately disregard it to make the subject about women. It really makes a man feel good to hear that kind of stuff.
When they speak up against the rising suicide rates in men, when they speak up about men being victims too and the lack of services, when men speak up, they're called misogynists. Their voices are shut down. Their accounts are banned. They're told to sit down and be quiet because men can't suffer. But yet, men suffer. So our good men, that's where they're at.
The amount of disrespect that men have had to endure for the last couple of decades has led men to just walking away to find peace. And even when that happens, women still blame us and call us hateful bigots.
These men on dating apps literally have the ability to piss me off before we have even met, before we've even really engaged in any actual conversation off of the app. So I matched with this guy on Hinge and he seemed like a cool guy. You know, we had really good conversation and stuff. So he messaged me today and he said, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you, via text. So if you're comfortable, look me up. Here's my name, phone number, address, everything." He's like, "Here's my LinkedIn, all of it." And he's like, "Look me up. If you're comfortable, text me."
This guy had to go out of his way to try and let this woman know that he wasn't a violent psychopath, all because he wanted to exchange numbers. I'm surprised she didn't demand 3 references and a DNA sample.
So I look him up. Everything that he had said came back as legit. Everything that he had told me when we were talking on the app was legit. So I felt comfortable to text him. So I text him today and I said, "Hey, this is so-and-so from Hinge." And 5 hours later, I get a response from him and he was like, "Who is this?" And I was just like, really? Like, are you serious? I didn't actually text him back, but that's what I was thinking.
Even though she keeps getting angry at these guys on the dating applications, she still insists on using them. I'm sure that this plan of hers will have an extremely high success rate.
Like, are you actually serious? Like, are you talking to that many women that this day you gave me your information and you don't know who this is? My mind is blown.
If this woman is talking to a dude on an app, then she's not the only one. Only specific types of men get attention on dating applications, and those are the same types of men that women want. She's just mad that he didn't drop everything for her before they'd even had a chance to meet.
You need to date an older man. I just had a man who's 49 offer to make me dinner. I couldn't even tell you the last time a guy offered to cook dinner for me. I swear men are just better when they're in their 50s. 49 is still good too.
Remember, guys, these are the same women who say that older guys going after younger women are predators, but if a young woman goes after an older guy, it's because it's her choice as an adult. So either way, the guy just loses.
I just went on a date for the first time in 6 months with a guy that I matched with less than 12 hours ago, and I get to the cafe and he is holding these. I went on nearly 50 dates last year, and not one time did I ever receive flowers. He handed them to me and I just had this look of shock on my face because I'm like, what the fuck?
And we all know that she isn't planning on meeting the guy for a second date. Even though he gave her flowers, there still wasn't a spark or some other superficial reason why she broke things off after the first date.
Now that I'm dating again and the Love Chronicles is making a return, this is the standard I'm expecting. I don't actually know if I'm going to see him again. The ending was a bit like unclear, but he does know about my TikTok. So babe, if you are watching this, had a great time seeing you, would love to see you again. If not, that's all good. Thank you so much for the flowers. I am still in shock.
Of course, she wasn't sure if she was going to be seeing him again. She is focusing on the quantity of dates instead of the quality, and she's already demanding things of men, even though she's been on one date in 6 months. What a catch.
Nothing ever works out for me. Nothing ever works out for me. This has got to be a joke. This has got to be a fucking joke. Do you guys know that I'm 30 years old? I've lived all over the United States. I have done so many different kinds of careers and different kinds of jobs. I have known so many people. And as God is my fucking witness, things never work out for me. Ever. Ever. I have been to therapy. I have been to the hospital. I have tried medication. I have tried to better myself in every imaginable fucking way. And it doesn't fucking matter what I do because nothing ever works.
At this point, I think we can all agree that nothing ever works out for this woman because she doesn't want anything to work out for her. Modern women do love to sabotage their futures.
Everywhere I go, it is always some fucking problem. Somebody who doesn't like me because of the color of my skin, right? Somebody who's harassing me because I'm a woman. Somebody who is discriminating against me because I'm neurodivergent or because I'm poor. People in my fucking comments telling me I have a victim mentality, right? And I attracted all of this by being a shitty person subconsciously or something like that, right? I have other people telling me I need Jesus. I need to go to church.
It's pretty difficult to have sympathy for a woman who's saying that she's constantly the victim of bigotry, either because of her skin tone, her gender, or her economic status. That just shows that she's hiding far too much from people, in my opinion.
Fucking bullshit. This has got to be a joke. Y'all wonder why I post so many videos of myself crying, upset all the fucking time? You wonder why I tried to leave this earth on several occasions? That's why. Because this life is a fucking joke. Fuck your positive thinking, fuck your religion, fuck your spirituality, fuck your law of attraction, victim mentality, victim blaming bullshit. This is a fucking joke. It's all a joke. You want to know why over 400,000 people have unalived themselves this year alone? We're only 6 months in. It's because this life is a fucking joke. It's a joke. There is no fucking point in trying.
Nobody is saying that life can't get hard for people, but at the same time, women like this will post videos of themselves crying online for sympathy. They are just that desperate for attention.
When I say that I'm not going to last much longer, I'm not looking for attention. I'm telling you the truth. I've spent the past 12 to 13 years chasing after money, chasing after jobs, getting treated like shit everywhere I went. I've spent years and years doing that, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I am tired of looking for jobs. I am tired of hating every single job that I've ever had. I'm not a stray kitten. I'm not a child. Nobody's going to take me in and take care of me and pay for all of my expenses. Nobody's going to do that for me.
That's the problem. These women are children. They throw temper tantrums, they expect things to just be handed to them, and the second things go wrong, they just want to give up and blame somebody else. This isn't how adults are supposed to act.
I'm not hustling for money and work anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm tired of it. I know everyone thinks that that's just what we do, As adults, I'm tired of it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not gonna live on the street either. I would be gone before I ever let that happen. I'm tired of this bullshit rat race. I'm tired of the pursuit of money. I'm not doing it anymore.
Men have been warning modern women that chasing after careers and money was not going to do them any favors, and those men were called sexist for the trouble. Some women have to learn the hard way, it seems.
What the fuck is wrong with the men in the West, bro? Why are they so dead? When I'm in the Middle East, I'm in Dubai, for example, or when I'm in Iraq, men actually notice me. Like, they actually look at me. I can see the desire in their eyes. They somehow indirectly connect with your femininity. Not that I need it. Not that I go out and say, okay, today's the day I'm gonna get looked at by men. No, but I notice that they notice me. And the truth is, I feel like a woman. Okay.
The men in Dubai aren't looking for feminine women like that. Dubai is notorious for paying women to do some of the most degrading bedroom acts known to man, and they pay good money to make it happen.
When I notice that about other men, I feel like a woman. But here in the West, I'm in Sweden right now, I don't fucking feel like a woman. Like, I don't know how to explain this feeling to you guys, but I literally don't feel like a woman here. At least not as much as I do in the Middle East. Okay? What the fuck is wrong with the men here? Why do they have no desire? Why do they not know how to appreciate a good-looking woman? Where did your manhood go? The thing is, like, Swedish people, they're the descendants of the Vikings, okay? The Vikings were so masculine, so passionate.
If you were to ask her about the details of Viking culture and history, she wouldn't be able to tell you a thing because she has no idea how brutal those men were. She just watched a TV show and now she thinks that she's an expert.
What the fuck is this? No, they just don't have that about them. Like, the men here, I don't know. They don't have it. They don't have it.
She's emasculating the very same men that modern women commanded to never approach them. So men did what they were told and ignored them. Now she's mad at those very same men for honoring her demand.
Woman has man in it. Mrs. has Mr. in it.
Well, I wonder where this is going. Surely it's not a spelling lesson, is it?
Female has male in it. She has he, okay? And then we have mental illness, menstrual cramps, menopause, mental breakdowns. All I'm saying is, have you noticed that most of women's problems have men in them?
And here we have, most likely, another fine example of the American education system where they quite obviously don't teach morphology or even etymology for that matter. And it is showing that indeed it is a truly great pity that more Americans don't speak more than one language, or else they would likely understand that this is just primarily a problem in English.
Modern women in Western countries have never actually known real suffering, generally speaking. That's why they feel compelled to make these nonsense arguments that are based entirely on their unhinged emotions. She couldn't even be bothered to do any research at all before making this absurd claim.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if maybe I'm the problem when it comes to dating, because the exact same scenario that I experienced last week almost presented itself again, and I don't know. I'm the common denominator. So this guy, yesterday we start talking on Instagram, and this is all over the course of a 24-hour period. I thought it was normal to move slow, to get to know a person, to talk for a while, and then make decisions about what you think about that person and how you want to proceed with that person.
That's how things used to be until modern women started chasing Chad online and then tried to immediately lock him down. Chad will always get a pass where an average man must meet her standards.
I didn't know I was on Bachelor in Paradise or Love Island, where you have to decide that night who you're sleeping in bed with. I thought I had time to decide if I wanted to get to know this person further or not. But apparently you're supposed to make a decision about a guy immediately, and I didn't know that.
She could have made a decision by saying no, but she didn't do that because she wanted this man because he was good looking and probably had money. It's not his fault that she has impulse control issues. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.